Firefighters in Tasmania are continuing to battle a blaze on the state's east coast around St Helens. At least 2 properties have been destroyed and hundreds of residents have been displaced. Reporter Ashley Barraclough is there.
The bushfire is between Diana's Basin and Stiglitz, which is near the community of St Helens on the east coast of Tasmania, which is where I am now. So for communities in Stiglitz, Parkside and Parnella, currently they're under a watch and act bushfire alert after earlier today being at an emergency alert, so that's now been downgraded. We do know that some people decided to remain behind in those areas, but the advice from authorities is still not to return due to debris, fallen power lines and the risk for falling trees as well. Sadly, we have had confirmed that 2 properties have been lost in the area, as well as a number of caravans and outbuildings. There is an evacuation centre open at the St Helens Stadium, and we have heard that quite a number of people have utilised that today and yesterday.
So tell us more about what authorities have had to say, Ashley.
So we've just heard from the Tasmania Fire Service and Tasmania Police. They said after a flurry of fire activity this morning, they've now got a handle on that, and the priority going forward is to contain the fire within the existing boundaries. So fire crews are continuing to tackle that blaze, and a number of helicopters have been going over, dumping water on the blazes. So here's what Incident Controller David Costello had to say earlier.
Currently, with the situation on the ground here at St Helens, following on from the fire that started around the Diana's Basin area yesterday, crews are consolidating fire lines. We did have some intensive fire activity this morning that made us put a an emergency alert back in place for areas around Stiglitz, but our crews have dealt with that now. So for the rest of today, with the weather being favourable, our crews are consolidating the containment lines of this fire.
So the conditions are more favourable today, but what the wind does is going to make a big difference in what happens with this fire. There is a possibility that it could spread further, so at the moment the priority is to contain the fire within those lines.